Swoopes, she can't not try to light a fire involving Caitlin Clark. She can't just be good. She's trolling Caitlin Clark again, this time by celebrating the arrival.
Nobody saw this coming. Sheryl Swoopes has made headlines once again after her latest move, and this time it's pure fire. Fresh off her WNBA departure, she pulled up on Gilbert Arenas' podcast wearing a Paige Bucher's t-shirt. At first, it looked like a simple nod to a young star. But make no mistake, this was a calculated jab at Caitlin Clark, disguised as support for someone else. Swoopes has been building a reputation for subtly undermining Clark's rise, and this latest move only fuels the fire. She took it personal, and her campaign to challenge Clark's spotlight is relentless, ruthless, and ongoing. Inside women's basketball, the rivalry lines are real, and this just made it personal. This changed everything, but here's the real question. Is Swoopes defending greatness or starting a war she can't win?
Being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player said it.
Nobody saw this coming. The more Caitlin Clark rises, the more it shakes the old guard to their core. Instead of passing the torch with pride, Sheryl Swoopes took it personal, clutching it like it's her final paycheck, rather than nurturing greatness. She's guarding her legacy with everything she's got. Fans see it. They're not fooled. They recognize the tension, the desperation, the fear of being forgotten. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about pride, power, and the brutal fight for recognition. This changed everything. The real question now, is the torch even theirs to give?
During the Fever game for the Dallas Wings commentary team last year because of words and the hate she had towards Caitlin Clark. And it was just one thing after another. I said yesterday, even Stephen A. Smith crushed.
This was never about lifting Paige up. It was about tearing Caitlin Clark down. They took it personal. The old narrative is getting stale fast. The game's future should be about celebrating talent, not gatekeeping it. Because every shot taken at Clark doesn't just hurt her, it holds the sport back. This changed everything. But who's really afraid of progress?
When she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40.
Caitlin Clark didn't chase the spotlight. She earned it. Record-breaking performances, unshakable poise, relentless dominance. She didn't rise because of media hype or political noise. She took it personal and let her game do the talking. No theatrics, no shortcuts, just pure unstoppable greatness. Yet here we are, with veterans trying to gatekeep the future, calculated shots, shady tactics, all while Caitlin keeps setting the standard. This changed everything. If you're tired of seeing legends try to dim the next superstar, drop a CC4 MVP in the comments. It's not just shady, it's desperate. The real question is,
In the WNBA,
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have.
let's be real. This tension didn't start yesterday. Sheryl Swoopes had her eyes on Caitlin Clark long before she even touched the pro stage. This isn't a random misunderstanding. She took it personal. A steady stream of comments, criticisms, and calculated shots, all aimed at dimming the spotlight Clark fought to earn. This changed everything. It's not about one quote. It's a pattern you can't ignore anymore. The real move now, celebrate greatness or get exposed trying to tear it down.
Was remarkable on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the WNBA.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't.
From casting side-eye during Caitlin Clark's historic college run to taking shots before she was even drafted, Sheryl Swoopes made one thing clear. She took it personal. Remember when she tried to downplay Clark's record-shattering NCAA performance? Or when her anti-Clark shade got her pulled from commentary gigs? Even Stephen A. Smith had to step in saying, "Okay, Sheryl, this is getting ridiculous." This changed everything, because this feud isn't just personal anymore. It's a spotlight on a deeper war inside the league, a war over respect, over recognition, over the future itself. The only question now, whose era is it really?
It's a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA.
When your criticism gets you benched by networks, it's bigger than a hot take. It's a red flag. This isn't just personal. She took it personal. What we're watching is professional insecurity dressed up as analysis. Sheryl Swoopes isn't just worried about Caitlin Clark's success. She's worried about being surpassed in ratings, in gameplay, in rewriting the future of the W. This changed everything, because this rivalry isn't just about two players.
Women are doing is they feel like what we have done for this game, this young player has come into our game and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season didn't just impress. It smashed records, even surpassing Swoopes' own MVP run. This isn't a diss. It's cold, hard data. But instead of celebrating a once-in-a-generation talent, Swoopes took it personal. Not because of the game, but because of control. Clark's rise reshaped the entire narrative, and for the first time, Swoopes wasn't holding the pen. This changed everything.
Mad. Never forget, in Swoopes' MVP season, she averaged less points, assists, and rebounds than Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Caitlin Clark's rookie year was quite a bit better than Sheryl Swoopes' MVP.
When your legacy feels threatened, you don't evolve. You cling to relevance. She took it personal. What better way to snatch the spotlight than by firing shots at the game's biggest star? Target the most talked about name, and suddenly, you're trending again. But this isn't strategy, it's desperation.
You're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes.
Yeah.
But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was given.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential.
The t-shirt wasn't just fashion. It was a message written in cotton. She took it personal. When Sheryl Swoopes rocked that Paige Bucher's tee, it wasn't about lifting a rising star. It was a calculated dig. A silent shot fired. A bold statement. I'll back a white player. Just know that one. This wasn't support. It was provocation. Pure and simple. This changed everything. Now the real question is, was it strategy or a desperate play for relevance?
Just stays, man. Were y'all talking about Caitlin Clark at this very moment? She knows what she...
Swoopes had never thrown this kind of support behind Paige Bucher's until Caitlin Clark started taking over the headlines. She took it personal. Suddenly, Paige became the new poster child. Give me a break. The move was crystal clear. Bucher's fits the mold WNBA legacy insiders love. Political, polished, and pliable. But Caitlin? She doesn't play the political game. She doesn't chase trends. She just plays with a relentless passion and unmatched skill. And it's changed everything. The difference between them isn't just talent. It's about who fits the old system and who's here to burn it down.
Oh, look at me. I'm not really racist because I'm wearing the white girl's shirt. You see that? But the girl from the Midwest... y'all just happen to hate her completely.
What terrifies legends like Sheryl Swoopes is simple. Caitlin Clark doesn't need their approval. She took it personal. She's rewriting the rules her way. No politics, no pandering, just pure dominance. This changed everything. And if you think the old guard is ready to let her take over, think again.
The problem with this is, and this has been the problem the whole time with the Paige-Caitlin comparison, Paige is an activist basketball player, just like these old WNBA players that's been in the league. All right? They're shilling she's all up in all the social stuff. And so that's why they're letting her in. That's why they're cool with.
This was never about Paige. It was a passive-aggressive sub-tweet dressed up as support. She took it personal. It's the oldest trick in the book. Pit women against each other without ever saying a word. But fans are sharper now. They see Swoopes' history, her subtle jabs, the same tired patterns. When she threw on that shirt, they didn't see support. They saw pettiness and projection. This changed everything. What they really see, a legend grappling with a hard truth. The new face of women's basketball has already arrived, and she's not giving it back.
Reason that Caitlin Clark is getting all of this attention is because she is an anomaly. She is a phenomenal player, and Paige Bueckers is also a phenomenal player, but it just isn't the same. She doesn't do the same things. She doesn't do the things that have never been.
Paige Bueckers deserves better, far better, than being used as a pawn in someone else's grudge. She took it personal every time they tried to pit her against Caitlin Clark. Paige built her own legacy, her own identity, brick by brick. Using her as a weapon only cheapens the game. This changed everything, because if you think Paige is just standing in someone else's shadow, you're not ready for what's coming next.
See Caitlin Clark, and we want to see Paige Bueckers.
Caitlin scored more points per game, but Paige was more efficient.
Ultimately, this comes down to one undeniable truth. Caitlin Clark's rise was inevitable, and nobody saw it coming this fast. Sheryl, you can don as many shirts as you want, but the stats, the fans, and the future, they're all chanting. One name, Clark. She took it personal every time they doubted her. This changed everything, because the spotlight isn't just on Caitlin. It's about to burn a whole new path through the league, and not everyone's ready.
Enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing.
And for Caitlin Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much.
Let's cut to the chase. Sheryl Swoopes isn't mad because Caitlin Clark's overrated. She's rattled because Clark's talent is undeniable. Nobody saw this coming, and it exposed some deep-seated insecurities among the legends who once ran the conversation in women's basketball. When a point guard storms onto the scene, shattering expectations without playing their political games, the gatekeepers start feeling the heat. He took it personal. This changed everything, right? Now, Sheryl and the old guard aren't just battling Caitlin, they're fighting the future. And it's a war they can't win.
Guard in a season in WNBA history, most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history, most points by a rookie in WNBA history, most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA, first WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles, first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history, first triple-double in Fever history, the first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month, first player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more
Instead of celebrating Clark's undeniable rise, Swoopes pulled a stunt, rocking a Paige Bueckers shirt like it was some clever move. Nobody saw this coming, but we saw right through it. It wasn't support. It was a shallow deflection, a passive-aggressive sharp master's praise. She took it personal. This wasn't about lifting Paige. It was about taking a swipe at Caitlin. And the real frustration? Swoopes thinks the fans won't catch it. But we do, every single time. And if she thinks this ends here, she's got another storm coming.
Really, in her junior year, just started excelling and doing things that nobody had ever seen a female basketball player do. Like, nobody had consistently been shooting these from the logo pass.
The uncomfortable truth? Caitlin Clark has done more in one rookie season than some legends managed in their entire careers. Nobody saw this coming, but here it is. Sold out arenas, record-shattering viewership, jersey sales lighting up like the 4th of July, even outpacing top NBA stars. This isn't hype. This is history. Gyms packed in places where the WNBA used to be a rumor. Kids in Iowa rocking number 22 jerseys like it's gospel. Clark didn't just show up. She changed everything. And no t-shirt, no side-eye, no passive. Shot can erase that. Real story? This tension has nothing to do with Clark's flaws. It's about fear. Fear from those who built the stage. And now watch someone else own it. Swoopes didn't just take it personal. She made it personal. Because Clark isn't asking for a seat at the table. she's building her own. And in some areas, she's already outshining the very icons who paved the way. That's hard for some to swallow, but being a true legend is not about tearing down the next wave. It's about handing them the torch and watching them set the world on fire. The question now is, will the old guard embrace the new era or get left behind watching it from the sidelines?
Players who cite you as an inspiration for their games, including Caitlin Clark, who's just absolutely a phenomenon in college. What's that next step like for her?
You know, next steps, gosh, in this generation, right? You have, I think, just so many more challenges of how to handle yourself as an adult, right? You go through that whirlwind of being a senior in college, transitioning into the W. And then the next step is how to become just an even better leader. And so much of leadership, I think, is listening and learning. And hopefully the more she can get connected to vets in the league and just different people and coaches and anyone that she can glean wisdom from of how to just continue to learn how to be as a connected and inspiring leader as she can be. And a lot of that is walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So she's already on her way, but, continuing to have fun, continuing to anticipate how people are going to try to stop her and being prepared as she can be for now.
Let's get one thing straight. This was never about Caitlin Clark avoiding politics. It's about how dangerous it feels when someone shatters ceilings without playing by the unwritten rules. Nobody saw this coming. Clark isn't chasing approval. She's not bending her image to fit old narratives. She just shows up and dominates. And in doing so, she's triggering an identity crisis inside the WNBA's inner circle. Every hard foul, every missed call. The story isn't about the battle on the court. It's about whether Caitlin Clark even deserves the stage she's standing on. He took it personal. She took it personal. Because if this were any other rookie, they'd be rolling out a red carpet, not throwing elbows. But Clark isn't part of the system they spent years protecting. And that makes her an outsider, an intruder. Meanwhile, others can toss cheap shots, talk reckless, even lose, and still get applause. Why? Because they fit the narrative. They keep the machine running. But Clark? She's the glitch in the system. She's the one they can't control. And that's why her rise feels like a threat, not a celebration. This changed everything. The question now is, can the old guard handle a new queen, one they never picked, or are they about to get dethroned on their own court?
When the WNBA started, I was thrilled. I was a fan. I couldn't believe it was an opportunity for me, a 5'2", 97-pound girl, to go play professional basketball. That wasn't going to happen for me, but the idea that it existed was special to me. And now she's offering that to not just little girls, but little boys as well. She's spread the fame.
Let's be real. Twabs and others like her aren't coming at Caitlin Clark from a place of mentorship or concern. They're coming from ego, from fear. Clark's rise isn't just a feel-good story. It's an earthquake reshaping the WNBA's power structure. Nobody saw this coming. And for the ones who built the foundation, watching the wall shake is unsettling. But here's the truth. You don't stop a rising tide by scoffing at the waves. You either learn to surf or you get swept away. Look at the numbers. Clark's rookie season didn't just meet expectations. It blew them to pieces. Rookie of the month, player of the week, fan voted all-star. She's stacking accolades faster than ESPN can even type up the headlines. And yet somehow the conversation shifts, not to her greatness, but to her attitude, her activism. As if generational talent needs some checkbox to be legit. He took it personal. She took it personal. And now, Caitlin Clark owes nothing to narratives, politics, or expectations. She owes everything to the game. And she's delivering like nobody else. This changed everything. The old gatekeepers can throw shade all they want, but the new era isn't waiting for permission. The only question now is, who's ready to ride the wave? And who's about to get crushed by it?
4 times Eastern Conference Player of the Week, 3 times single-season rookie record for assists, single-season rookie record for three-pointers, single-game record for assists, 19. Franchise record for most double-doubles, three-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 three-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists assists to start a season, regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates.
When Sheryl Swoopes pulled her stunt on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, it wasn't some innocent show of fandom. It was a calculated PR move, wrapped in smiles and stitched in passive aggression. She didn't throw on a Paige Bucher shirt because she's some diehard UConn fan. She did it to send a message dripping with subtext. I don't dislike all young white stars, just the one who threatens my legacy. Nobody saw this coming, but make no mistake, this wasn't about Paige. This was about control. And Paige Bucher deserves better than to be a pawn in somebody else's chess game. She earned her own spotlight on her own terms. She shouldn't be dragged into a skirmish fueled by insecurity and coded favoritism. The WNBA doesn't need more smokescreens. It needs truth. And here's the truth. Caitlin Clark has pulled more national attention into this league than anyone in the last 20 years. She's not just filling gyms, she's reshaping the landscape. She took it personal. She changed everything. While some cling to the past, Clark is out here building the future, one sold-out arena at a time. The only dead real question is, can the old guard handle the heat? Or will they get burned trying to stop a wildfire they never saw coming?
Almost felt like marketers were trying to figure out, like, yeah, we have all of these amazing players and these amazing personalities, but can we push the demographic? And then when Caitlin Clark got to the league, the Angel Reeses got to the league, and they might have been fouled hard. The same thing I saw happen with Shamika Holsclaw, though.
You see my tooth knocked out?
Yeah,
Rookie season, Jewel Lloyd. My tooth knocked out. I still didn't get it.
So how do you?
It's cool.
See, Clark, how do you feel about the fact that all of a sudden it was, oh, it's too physical. Oh, they're going at them because they're stars. What was your reaction to some of the new viewers and fans to the game thinking that the WNBA was too rough?
It was a crazy season because we have never had so much momentum behind our league, so much support, demand, viewership, all that, accessibility. But the craziness that came with the new fandom was rooted in something other than fandom, right? And I think that's very evident to see across the board. In a lot of ways, it has not been about basketball. Like, we can talk about, you know, people getting fouled. I just showed you my tooth getting knocked out. Like, that's been a part of the game. The game has always been physical.
While Sheryl Swoopes clutches the past like a trophy she can't let go, Caitlin Clark is out here rewriting the future in real time. Nobody saw this coming. A rookie turning the entire league on his head without playing the political game. She took it personal. She let the doubters talk. Let the critics roll their eyes. Let the old guard make their backhanded remarks. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark just kept doing what legends do. Dominating. She's not here to spark controversy. She's here to spark greatness. Every headline, every sold-out arena, every record shattered. It's not hype. It's pure competence. While others flex t-shirts and subtweets, Clark is flexing cold, hard numbers. She's transforming the WNBA into must-see primetime television. One no-look pass, one logo, 3 at a time. This isn't about fitting into outdated molds. This is about building something bigger, something undeniable, something unstoppable. And now the real question is, will the old legends celebrate the future they fought for, or get left behind trying to tear it down?
Blown up into, oh, they're going after Caitlin Clark, but no, we're just playing one of the best players that's in this league the way that any other best player, franchise player is going to get played. Mm-hmm. Watch how Sui gets played. Watch how Asia gets played. Watch how Arike gets played. Watch how Khalid gets played. Go down the list of franchise players for every team. They be getting fucked up every game. It don't matter what position you are, what color you are, what school you came out of. This is how we feed our families. Our job is to go and win. And if we don't win, what happens? We get fired. We lose our...
As the noise gets louder and the critics throw shade from every corner, remember this. True legends don't beg for validation. They earn it. Night after night, shot after shot, moment after moment, Caitlin Clark took it personal. She's breaking. Records filling arenas and silencing doubters who can barely believe what they're witnessing. Nobody saw this coming. Sheryl Swoopes can rock every t-shirt she wants. Angel Reese can toss all the shade in the world. But while they're busy playing games on social media, Caitlin Clark is locked in, focused on the only scoreboard that matters. She's not chasing clout. She's chasing greatness. And in doing so, she's raising the bar so high, it's forcing the whole league to level up or get left behind. This changed everything. The real ones know the dynasty isn't being built on tweets and t-shirts. It's being built on the hardwood, one unstoppable performance at a time. And now the question is, who's really ready to step into Caitlin Clark's world? Drop a CC in the comments if you're riding with greatness.